back to Nice One 983 Amiibo Collecting. Guys, we are finally back with Amiibo Collecting. And today's episode is the Toys R Us exclusive Mii Fighter 3-pack. We're going to do these as a set just like we did with the Retro 3-pack. I am so excited to go ahead and get this one done. I have always thought that Nintendo should release the Mii's as action figures or some kind of figures. I think they missed out and they didn't capitalize on it in the heyday of the Wii, but at least they're getting some kind of representation for my shelf now. So like I said, I'm super excited. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get this thing unboxed. And while I go ahead and get this guy unboxed, I'm going to give you the first trophy description for the Mii Brawler. So stay tuned. This fighter is based on a player's Mii. It excels at fighting with punches and kicks. This type of Mii is very agile, blending attacks with movement to get the battle flowing. It has superior dash and jump compared to other types. Stay close and keep wailing on foes, you'll KO them in no time. And we are back! Thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed that trophy description. I love doing the trophy descriptions for the Smash series, and I'm going to be really bummed out when I can't do any more of those. But for right now, we can still do them. So let's go ahead and get into the Mii Brawler. I love the pose on Mii Brawler, and I love the colors. You know, that red shirt with the yellow gloves, the black pants with the white stripe, the Mii logo on the belt buckle, the red boots with the white trimming. All looks good, and of course, all standing on your standard Smash coin base. This guy is fun for me. Like I said, I have always wanted Mii representation on my shelf. So the fact that I'm getting it makes me really glad that Nintendo went all out. Man, I really can't wait to see what Amiibo customizers do with these figures. To be perfectly honest, if Nintendo had a way for me to make my own custom Mii and then they send it to me in Amiibo form, it'd be so sick. But for right now, this is the best bet. So let's go ahead and get into that. The pose, like I said, is excellent. You have your generic Mii character. I know a lot of people have been hating on it, but I actually like it. I think it's cool. Let's go ahead and get that side profile. See the fist, more of the pose. And you see that this guy does have a little stand under his feet, but it doesn't really impede anything. This is one of the better stands. I'm kind of wishing that they had gone with more stands like this for the overall Smash release, but it is what it is. So there's the back, the other side profile, and we'll go back to the front. And again, like I'm digging these poses and these figures. They're really sick to me. Like I can't say enough about how much I have always been a fan of the Mii avatar. So super excited to add this guy to my collection. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and cut to the next trophy description. And that's going to be for Mii Gunner. So we'll be right back. In Mii sporting a blaster arm, this fighter is a great choice for those who prefer to fight the battle from a distance. The Mii Gunner has a lot of special projectile moves available, so pick your favorites and use them when needed. Don't forget about standard and smash attacks. Alright, we are back yet again. So, here she is, the Mii Gunner. I am totally in love with this figure right here. The arm cannon is spectacular. A little bit of that Mega Man style in that arm cannon. Even like the booties are very reminiscent of Mega Man. Again, she's very similar to the Mii Brawler in her generic outfit. She's got the Mii logo on her belt buckle. Looking real sick. So let's go ahead and turn her around and get her side. Right there, you see that her gloves have like that little wrist gauntlet right there. And you start to see that backpack. Colors, again, the paint on these figures, the application is really nice. And right here we go to the back. And you start to see that she is also on a stand. Don't know if this stand is completely necessary, but you know, it's there. Can't complain too much. I'm really liking the attention to detail where she has treads in the bottom of her shoes. So that's cool. See the brown belt? That backpack looks amazing. Good design work. One more rotation so we can get to the other side. And that arm cannon. Check out that arm cannon. I love her arm cannon. You see her boots have that orange trim as well. Lots of attention to detail on a figure that you would pretty much call a very minimalist style figure. You know, there's not a lot going on with the Mii Fighters, but there's a lot of attention to detail. So, gotta big ups Nintendo for coming out with these amiibos yet again. Guys, we have one more trophy description, and that's gonna be for the Mii Sword Fighter. We're gonna go ahead and get that trophy description out the way, and when we come back, we're gonna go ahead and do Mii Sword Fighter. This fighter is based on a player's Mii and favors a sword in battle. Enjoy the extra reach the sword offers, but remember that it takes longer for strikes to reach your opponents as a result. Customize your Mii with chargeable moves, counters, or projectile attacks. Alright guys, we are back again. And here he is, the Mii Sword Fighter. The pose on this figure is super epic. Love how he's holding the sword. Just love the overall pose in general. It's very, very slick. This is the one Mii Fighter that actually has a little bit more attention to details as far as the eyes are concerned. He's got the blue eyes with the black irises, so it makes him stand out a little bit more. Same generic nose that the other two figures have. Same generic mouth that the other figures have. Love his boots. Very night. I want to say like night-like boots. The pants are a nice dark shade of blue. His belt, again, he has the Mii logo on the belt. The sword is really minimalistic, but it still looks badass in that pose. Harder to read right there. You see he does have a buckle on around his shirt. He's got these great brown gloves with I guess those are mini shields attached to them. And then you go ahead and you see this guy from the back. The blonde hair is really out there. And from the side. And let's get back to the front. Yeah, these fighters, man. I know a lot of people aren't digging these, but personally, I am considering these to be some of my favorite amiibos. I love the customization that you have when you play with them in-game, being able to make them whoever you have on your friends list, including yourself. So, I think they're super cool. Little bit I forgot to mention is that Mii Sword Fighter also has a miniature stand under his little boot. Again, it's very minimalistic as far as that stand, so it's almost like it doesn't have a stand at all, so I'm digging it. Alright guys, we're going to be right back, and then it's score time, so catch you on the flip side. Alright guys, and we are back, and it is my favorite time of these shows. It is score time. We're going to do two separate scores today. Each figure is going to get their own individual score, and we are going to give the 3-pack a score as a whole. So first, we're going to go ahead and start with the Mii Brawler, who's standing in the front. Mii Brawler, I love the pose. I even kind of like the expression. It's very accurate to what's in-game, and it's very accurate to what you see as far as generic Miis go whenever you start up a new game. What I love about, these characters as a whole is the customization that you have once you're playing them in-game. Throughout this video, I have included pictures, and I hope you enjoy what I've done with it. In case you're wondering who's who, as far as personalities are concerned, I am the Brawler, so that is the one who is a nice 183. And Mario After Party is the Mii Sword Fighter because he's a Shulk main. And my fiance mains Pit makes 25, so she gets to be the Mii Gunner. But let's get back to these scores. So, Mii Brawler is going to go ahead and get a 7.5. I know it seems generic to a lot of people, but there is a lot of attention to detail on this figure, despite the fact that it is very minimalistic. Alright, so we're going to go ahead, we'll move on to the Gunner, who is standing on the left side of the screen. Mii Gunner is also going to go ahead and get a 7.5. She has that excellent cannon on her right arm. It looks really good. Again, the facial expression is generic, but she looks like what you would see if you were to select a Mii Fighter and just keep it very generic. So 7.5 for her as well. And we're going to go ahead and move on to the Sword Fighter, standing on the right side. I believe that the Sword Fighter has the most dynamic pose. It looks really great. And I like the touch that he has the blue eyes with the black irises. It makes him stand out a little bit more among the three. Makes him a little less generic, but nonetheless, it's still overall a generic style. But these figures all look great. So again, Mii Sword Fighter also gets a 7.5. Alright, and now we're going to go ahead and let's give a score to the 3-pack as a whole. As a whole, I am enjoying 3-packs, by the way. I love 3-packs. I love the Splatoon 3-pack. I love the Retro 3-pack. I'm digging the Animal Crossing 3-pack, and this Mii Fighter 3-pack is, again, yet another display of great 3-packs. All the 3-packs have made sense thus far. That's the cool thing. With the Splatoon 3-pack, you got all 3 Splatoon characters, of course. With the Retro 3-pack, you got these very retro smashers. And with this one, you get all 3 Miis. It would have been nice to get them individually, but that way, if you wanted to go ahead and try to, get a double, one to keep in box, one out of the box, you could have gone ahead and done that. But as it is, they're exclusive to Toys R Us and exclusive as a 3-pack. But that 3-pack, I'm going to go ahead and give it an 8. While not as nice as the Retro 3-pack, it is still a damn good 3-pack to add to your collection. And if you're trying to get all the Amiibos, as far as the Smash line is concerned, you can't overlook these guys. And if you're like me and you just think that Miis should have some physical representation, considering that as far as Miis are concerned, they are the physical representation of you when you play a game. So I think they've always should have had figures, and I would like for Nintendo to release a customization kit for these guys. That would be super epic, because I would love to make my Mii Amiibo look like me in-game. As that stands, each figure gets a 7.5. The 3-pack as a whole gets an 8. Alright guys, that's going to be it for today. But as always, you can hit me up on Twitter at nice1983. You can email me at nice1983@gmail.com. You can hit us up on Facebook, facebook.com/nice1983 game collecting. You can always check out the brand new website, nice1983.wix.com/game collecting. And if you have been listening to the Splat Zones, our awesome video cast / podcast where we discuss the best Nintendo related topics, you can now listen to us on iTunes. Yes, we have finally arrived. We are on iTunes. So you can go ahead and subscribe to us on iTunes, review us, rate us. Go ahead and do that for us. We would always appreciate that. And on that point, as far as the Splat Zones are concerned, we are also now on Stitcher Radio. So if you don't have the Stitcher Radio app, go ahead and get it, because you can not only listen to my awesome podcast, The Splat Zones, but you can listen to hundreds of other podcasts. Guys, that's going to be our show for today. Thank you so much for watching. And watch out for Amiibo hunters on the prowl.